Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round number 5 of the Online Karting League Africa. This is season 4. We are racing at VKC and this is the Pro League. So I'm Sean Nopesha. I'll be on your mic tonight on my own, unfortunately, or still. It will be the case for most of the season, I assume, unless I can get a guest commentator to join me. But if not, I will be entertaining you guys with hopefully what promises to be some super exciting racing. We only have 12 cards on track. Some of the guys missing the racing, proudly sponsored by Eskom, keeping them out of the loop and out of the championship, and that's very unfortunate, but it is one of those things we fight with as South Africans, the rolling power cuts. I had a proper laugh before I went live here because Troy Dolenchek ran out of fuel on the track, and the only way for him to get his cart back to the pits was to do the push button. So he managed to get himself back into the pits, which I thought was proper funny. He didn't break any rules because he got his cart back into the pits, and that is the rule. So a little bit of a loophole there, really, but Troy got it back and he's out on track again. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate your support on the stream. Ooh, Sebastian Diaz is not running his Squadra course car tonight. We still have 12 minutes left worth of practice, so we thought we'd start a little bit earlier, get a chat about the drivers on display tonight. Sebastian Diaz, we are currently following. Everybody's trying to beat the man that has not been beaten throughout this whole season so far. That is Troy Dolenchek, still leading the championship in both the seniors division as well as the Pro League. Can anybody take a victory off of Troy Dolenchek tonight? That remains to be seen. If the past races is anything to go by, we'll say nope, it's not going to happen, but we know with racing anything can happen. Mistakes can creep up, and you know, a guy can make a mistake. So let's see if Troy's going to be able to continue with Troy will be able to continue with his dominance. I just got a report here. Quinton Nopesha ran out of fuel and had to go back to pits, which means that's him out of the practice session. So what happens is, in a Pro League, guys, you are not allowed to stop on track and go back to pits. If you run out of fuel, you have to still get your cart all the way. Oh, Mohamed Murat blocking Sebastian Diaz there for a moment. But in any case, if you run out of fuel and you stop on track and you click go back to pits, that's the end of your session. You have to retire, because we'll see that as a mechanical failure, and that will be the end of your session. You have to wait for qualifying to start. So what happens in Pro League, we try and simulate real life as much as possible. So the guys are not allowed to stop their carts on track. They have to go. If they need to do a refuel or change of tires, they have to drive into the pits, and then they can come out again. After this, we're going to go into qualifying. Qualifying groups are split into 4. The first group will have 4 drivers. The rest of them will only have 3. Actually, all the groups only have 3. Let me just double check. I think Jono Wilson didn't rock up for he won't be rocking up for the race, so that means he's out of qualifying. So one group will have 4 drivers, I believe. Let me just double check that. And then the second group will only have 2 drivers, and then a third group of 3, and a fourth 3 drivers. So there we go. That's the group split for the night. So the guys have to go out in their groups. They've got 3 laps, and with how VKC is, or how the track layout is, if you go out of the pits, you already passed the start finish line. So you have 1 out lap and then 3 push laps. Qualifying, you only supposed to do 1 out lap plus 2 push laps, but because of how VKC is, you can do 3 full push laps, because you get about 90% of a lap when you go out to the track to heat up your tires. So it should be enough to get nice heat into your tires, and you should be able to get going. John Henry Vaughan moving over for Mohamed Murat. Troy Dolenchek out of track again. Troy Dolenchek is only less than a 10th ahead of Jason Kunsia. Will Jason Kunsia be able to replicate that pace into the qualifying session? Qualifying is so difficult. You've got 3 laps, guys. In the division races, you can go out, you've got 10 minutes, you can push out 10 laps if you can, and then that's the end of it. But in your qualifying session with Pro League, 3 laps, 1 mistake ruins your entire lap, which means you only have 1 more lap, 2 more laps to go. So it's all about nailing it from the get-go. So you'll see a lot of the guys will go out and do a decent-ish lap on their first run, and then they'll kind of just try and push. So they'll do what we call a banker lap, get a decent lap on the board, and then they'll push as much on that kart as they possibly can. Alright guys, let's quickly have a look at the track map of VKC. Right, as you can see here, we start turn 1, 2 and 3 is essentially flat out all the way through into the first right. And then it's a braking zone or lift zone, turn number 4. Then the hairpin, very tricky, and a passing opportunity. And then we go into turn number 6, 7, 8, 9. The triple left, and as what I would like to call it, another passing opportunity into turn 9, then 10, 11. You'll basically be flat out through. Then you lift into this corner, number 12, Telford corner. 13 is just a kink, and then turn number 14. That's only 14 corners on VKC. So it's all about getting the opportunities. Fast-paced track is such a lovely track, such a bouncy track. Very bouncy in real life. At this track, if you're not careful, you'll probably end up cracking your chassis. Yeah, it's a very, very interesting track, but lovely track nonetheless. So nice and fast-flowing into the sim. Issues they're running a little bit wide. They're trying to get as much as possible behind Troy Dolachik. I see Angry Racing Academy. Angry Racing for the win after Troy in brackets. Well, who knows? Will anybody be able to take away from Troy tonight? Still rocking his old body kit. OTK, the older one. He's going to stick with that 2015 body kit. So is Jason Kutsier. Sebastian Diaz is running the newer one. John Henry Vaughan stuck on the outside of... Oh, he's maybe just waiting for the cars. Oh, yeah. John Henry Vaughan just behaving there with the Angry Racing kart. Knows the rules, let the guys get past and then get back onto the track without causing any issues. Caleb Moss from RKT coming out. The only junior racer on the grid tonight decided he's going to have a go at this. But Caleb Moss had some ping issues. I just want to double check. Caleb Moss, okay, his ping is resolved now. He had about 3,000 ping to the server earlier, so his car was all over the place. Will Caleb Moss be able to compete against these very, very fast seniors and masters drivers? That remains to be seen. You see somebody trying to join late. That's Divya Naidu trying to connect with the server. So just a random lag spike. Well, Caleb Moss from RKT. We'll see if the junior, the young Caleb Moss from the PE region, if he will be able to make that step up onto the senior cards in the simulator and get close to the guys. At the moment, he's about a second off of the pace of the guy ahead of him, so it's still a very big ask from Caleb Moss. John Henry Vaughan, who's made his comeback after securing himself a membership to OKLA at the Rotax Nationals, putting in a bell-tearing lap in our Mini 60 Hot Lap competition. He's got himself a 3-month membership from us, and he's now in it to win it and hopefully cause a couple upsets in the championship. Unfortunately, too late for John Henry Vaughan to pose a serious threat, because this is only the fifth round. We skipped one round though, VKC PE, due to all the load shedding and exams. The kids, we had a lot of guys missing, so that race will be rerun. Give John Henry opportunity to score some extra points. Mark Pollard with his Kart Republic, changing it up this week. Nice thing about the virtual world is you can change up your kart without any problems. Lucas Thurman crossing the line now, still in 5th place, not really getting anything better on the board as of yet. However, this is only practice, and what the guys are doing at the moment, they are all laying down the rubber, putting down a lot of rubber on the track. So qualifying, watch out, qualifying is going to get interesting, and the track continues to evolve with the way we've got the service set up. Number 27 parked on the track, Mohamed Murad. Oh, he spun out, exit off the final. Let's have a look. Divya Naidu, Kart Republic. Divya Naidu is part of the Squatter Course team. So he's sporting his actual kart and suit that he races with in the real life. So Naidu is representing his team on the simulator. All over the track at the moment, not really finding the best lines. John Henry says it's it's a definite pole for him. Oh, let's see. John, if there's anybody that's got the pace, it's definitely John Henry. Super fast in the simulator. Sebastian Diaz sporting the OTK OKLA livery today. Maybe he's looking for a new good luck charm. He's Sebastian Diaz. See, there's currently 4 guys in the pits. Quentin Loubser, who ran out of fuel, so that was him retired from the session, unfortunately. Mega stuff from the guys, just laying down the rubber, getting everything in place. Bishop saying that he gave Lucas some driver training, hopefully the proper one and not the kind where you're going to cause a crash like you've just mentioned in the chat. Yeah guys, welcome and thank you for tuning in. We have 2 minutes, just over 2.5 minutes left of the practice session before we head into qualifying, which promises to be a very, very, very great qualifying. I see Mohammed Bahir Wahab just let me know that Jenny just tripped. He will be on in just a moment. Very unfortunate. Having said that, I think he's already on track. No, he's not. So hopefully he'll make it back for qualifying, otherwise he will have to start at the back of the grid. Mohamed Murat trying to get a good lap. I see it's 3 guys on the exact same lap. Quentin Loubser, Mohamed Murat and Divya Naidu. If these names are anything to go by, they're all running Quentin Loubser setup. Who works with them and the Squadron Course boys on some online sessions. I'm assuming Quentin shared his setup, and look at them getting the absolute max out of it. If we look at another one of the Squadron Course boys, Sebastian Diaz, only 3/10 off the pace. Just below 3/10 off the pace, so definitely one to watch out for. And then the 3 Cape Town guys, Colin Chekutsi and John Henry Vaughan, all putting their cards exactly where you would think they would be, and that is right on top of the order. But like we said, the qualifying, the shootout in qualifying is always interesting, and anything can happen. You can quickly see yourself, or a top contender find himself way at the back of the grid because of a couple of mistakes. So let's see if the boys will be able to do something and put in a consistent and consistently quick lap, or will we see some shuffle on the grid today because of how the qualifying format is. Pre-final and final scores points in the Pro League, so the guys have all to play for. You score points in your pre-final, you score points in your final, not like the division races from last week where your pre-final is essentially just another qualifying race, and then that sets the grid. Mohamed Murat moving out of the way for Divya Naidu, who's on a quick lap. Oh, nope. Luke gets it all kind of wrong. Into the last of the triple left-handers. Very unfortunate there. For Naidu, I think just skipped back to pits. And immediately came back out again. So that will be a penalty for Naidu if that is his second offense of the evening. So that is completely against the rules. Not allowed to click go back to pits. Here we go, guys. That's the end of the practice. Everybody's going to finish their laps. They're going to get out on track for qualifying. Just waiting on all the drivers to finish up, get their carts back into pits. Start with our shootout qualifying session. 20 minutes to get it done. The guys should be done well within that time. We hope so. Did I hear Wop. He is back. So, okay, great. Wop made it back. So that means all 12 carts are in the session. All of them still in here. And we can get going. Oops, Diviniter crashing on his way into pits. Oh, there we go. Everybody went in. There we go. Great stuff. That's the end of the practice session. And we are going to go into qualifying. There we go. Troy Dolachik, first one out, as he is in Group A. Waiting on the rest of the drivers to join him. Who else is on this list? Group A. Troy Dolachik, John Henry Vaughan, Mark Pollard, and Rudy Schussler. Be going out for the first qualifying shootout. Guys they've got a full practice lap and then 3 push laps and then go back to pits. So Troy Dolachik's the first one that's gonna post a lap, so we'll follow him for the first lap of VKC qualifying Pro League. That's round 5. Right, Dolachik is going to start his first flying banking lap, if you want to call it that. Flat out through and then lift, going into the right-hander, onto the back straight. Flat out all the way down into this corner, lift, throw that cart into the hairpin, and then start running it nice and wide. Actually only keeping his cart on the middle of the track. Setting him up for the triple left-hander, flat out all the way through here. And then into the last of the triple left-hander we go, lift. Using all of the track and more. Going into Telkin corner. Throwing his cart into the corner, then run it nice and wide. Careful of touching those cones. Into the final corner we go. First banker lap on the board by Troy Dolachik will be a 45.492. Who's next? Rudy Schussler is going to cross the line now. I'm going to put on the board a 9/10 off the pace. Then Mark Pollard. Further down the line, a second off the pace. And then John Henry Vaughan will be the last one to set up his first banker lap. 3/10 off the pace there by John Henry Vaughan. So, first blood for Troy Dolachik. Right, Troy Dolachik's going to finish his second lap now and then start his final lap. Will Troy be able to improve on his lap? Yes, he does, by almost a 10th. Amazing pace by Troy Dolachik. Then Rudy Schussler crossing the line now as well. Getting over the line. Has he improved? Yes, he has, by 3/10. Great stuff. Mohamed Murat is a little bit early there. The guys are very keen to get out there. Mark Pollard not really improving. John Henry Vaughan. Another 10th off of his lap time, so 3/10 off the pace now. Everybody gets one more lap. This is their final lap. Troy Dolachik still leading the way, as we pretty much come to expect from him all this season. It's like just watching Max Verstappen run away with Formula 1. This is what we see when it comes to Troy Dolachik in OKLA. Unbeaten at the moment. Right, no improvement there. Rudy Schussler lost a lot of pace there, so I'm assuming his lap will not be a good one. Let's have a quick look. Oh, running wide there. Not getting the best out of his qualifying. Pollard celebrating. Has he improved on his lap? Nope. And then the last one to cross the line for qualifying in the Group A is John Henry Vaughan, and nobody got close enough to Troy Dolachik, leading the way from the first qualifying heat. Now for there'll be only 2 guys that's going to come out on track now. That will be Jason Kutsia, going to make his way out, and Divya Naidu. Is that correct? Divya Naidu out of place? No, Divya Naidu is supposed to come out now. Yes. Divya Naidu and Jason Kutsia will be the only 2 carts in this group to come out, because Jono Wilson seems like he's going to be missing the race tonight. which is unfortunate. But very good stuff from the first guys that went out. Fantastic driving. And now let's see what Jason Coetzee will be able to put onto the score sheet or the leaderboard for us. I believe Jason will start his first lap now. Jason Coetzee running into a problem there. Stopped his kart on track. Wonder if he's had an issue with his steering wheel. It's a technical failure there. So only Divya Naidu. Okay, Jason came out again. Wonder if he got that cleared from the COC. If not, he'll unfortunately receive a place grid penalty in his pre-final result. So hopefully that was a technical issue that the COC cleared there for Jason Coetzee. If not, he will just have to live with the consequences of going back to pits and then coming out again after having a technical failure. But Divya Naidu will be the only lap really in this session. Let's see what Naidu will be able to put onto the leaderboard. Timing sheets will kick off now for Naidu. Nope, invalid lap from Divya Naidu. So no lap there, which means that's his first lap over and done with. And nothing to write home about. Follow Naidu for another lap. Oh, Divya Naidu running wide on the entry of the triple left-handers. That will definitely compromise his run. Doesn't seem like he's lost too much. A little bit of a wobbly kart there for a moment. And now Naidu's going to go into Talcon corner. Throw his kart in. Climbing the curb a little bit too much in my opinion. Seems like he's got everything under control. Into the final corner. Onto the timing sheet. Naidu should be going now. Yes, Naidu has now found himself 7/10 off the pace. And then Jason Coetzee almost 4/10 off of the pace there. But a third place at the moment. So Jason Coetzee manages to put in a lap. I believe he'll only have one more lap to go. Failed first lap, and this will be Naidu's final lap on track. Then our third group will go onto the track and get on with their qualifying session. Naidu to finish his qualifying session. Has he improved on his lap? 7/10 off the pace. Yes, he has moved himself up into 4th place as it stands. So fantastic there from Naidu. What does Jason Coetzee do? Jason Coetzee is still in 3rd place. It seemed like did he have a minor? Yeah, he did have a minor improvement, but not fast enough to get himself up into the front row. Here we go. The next boys to come out on track will be Lucas Sturman, Sebastian Diaz, and Mahir Wahab to start their qualifying session. Group C to come out now. And the boys will come out and post their laps. Oh, Jason Coetzee is going to finish his final lap. So definitely going to most likely receive a penalty there for qualifying infringement. Right, here goes Wahab. And then back to pits, Jason Coetzee goes. So another infringement, unfortunately. Wahab goes out on track. Sebastian Diaz and Lucas Sturman. Wahab going in that OTK. As well as Sebastian Diaz with the OKLA OTK chassis. And then Lucas Sturman with Angry Racing Esports team. So let's see what these guys can put on the timing sheets. Mahir Wahab will be the first one to start his qualifying. Into Talcon corner he goes now. Wahab having a generator failure on the final minutes of practice. He managed to get back into the session in time, so fantastic there. Great dedication from Wahab. So he starts his first qualifying lap. The corner 1, 2, and 3, it's basically flat out. Look at that car. Jack on the rear there. Perfect view. What great simulation. Into the hairpin we go. Turn number 5. Very tricky corner. Very rewarding corner if you get it right. And it's basically flat out through here. The triple left-hander don't want to run too wide and climb the curbs. Very bouncy through there. The final corner of the triple left-hander. Then into the double right. And then docket corner we go. Let's see. Oh, wow, gets it a little bit loose on the rear there, unfortunately. So that cost him some time. Seems like he's pushing absolutely everything from that OTK. 1.5 seconds off the pace, so not a good banker lap at all. Here comes Diaz for Squadra Course. Changing it up to a OTK chassis this week. Going a second off the pace as well. So qualifying Group C not putting in good banker laps at the moment. But there goes Angry Racing Esports driver Lucas Sturman, putting himself up into 4th place on his first lap. Mahir Wab going to finish his second lap, second of 3 qualifying laps. And we'll see Group D come out and get their laps out of the way. Wab going into the final corner. Seems like he missed the apex just a little bit there. Not the greatest of laps. And also no improvement to talk about. So unfortunately, Wab is not finding his pace in the qualifying. And that will put a lot of pressure on him for his final lap. What does Diaz do? Diaz has got 1.1 seconds off the pace. Only 1 second off the pace. So only a minor improvement. And then Sturman moves himself up into 3rd place with 1 millisecond ahead of John Henry Vaughan. So it's all to play for in Lucas Sturman's final lap. Now he can push everything out of that kart and try and get himself up into front row and potentially a pole lap. Wab finishing his final lap now, going to come into the final corner. That was much better on the apex. Has he improved on his lap time? Indeed he has, but only move himself up 1 position and still 1.1 seconds off the pace. Now Diaz going to throw that kart into the final corner. Hits the apex beautifully there. Flat out to the line and stays in 7th place, unfortunately. Now Lucas Sturman hasn't improved on his final qualifying lap. Fantastic stuff from Luca though, getting himself up into 3rd place. Now it's all up to the final group to decide where they want to start. Quinton Loubser, Mohamed Murat and Caleb Moss. So against all odds, Racing, Squadra Course, as well as RKT drivers to represent their respective teams. Quinton Loubser, the only esports driver here in that group. That specific group rather. Lucas Sturman's the esports driver, Mark Pollard's the esports driver. Everybody else, actual karters. That's going to be interesting to see what the boys can do on track now. Quinton Loubser, first one out of the pits, followed by Mohamed Murat. Loubser seemed like he had a little bit of a lag spike there. His kart seemed like it was rubber banding a little bit. Loubser trying to get maximum heat into his tires on his outlap. But almost about 90% of a lap on VKC that you get to do on your outlap to warm it up. Does he have high ping? Because it seems like he's bouncing a little bit. Up 22 ping, so it's interesting that he's lagging a little bit there, but hopefully it's not server-related problems. Right, here goes Loubser. He's going to start his first banker lap of the qualifying session. We already lost one of the guys on track. That's Caleb Moss, back to pits. Now Loubser starts his first lap, flat out through the section, throws his kart into turn number 2. Oh, he's running wide there. That's going to compromise his entry into the 4th corner. Yeah, he already backed out of that. That's not going to be a banker lap for him. That's unfortunate from Quinton Loubser. Now Mohamed Murat will follow him and see what he would be able to do. A late apex into the hairpin and then into the triple left-hander. Well, he climbs onto the curb. You don't want to be doing too much of that. Good through there, I would say. It seems okay. Mohamed Murat going into Talcan corner now. Very tricky corner, in my opinion, the most difficult corner on this track. Oh no, Mohamed Murat loses it. Too much pressure, stage fright. Quinton Loubser climbing over that kink. That's much better through there. Into the hairpin we're going to go now. Oh, he lost the rear on the braking there. Very unfortunate. That's going to compromise his exit And it's such a long flat out section, he's going to be losing time all the way into the last of the triple left-hander. Everything else seems okay. He just needs to get a banker lap. Seems a little bit too much at the moment. Quinton Lopes is going to start his final lap. What is he going to put onto the timing sheets? Nope, still not better. I think he cut the corner and he got a invalid lap there. So this is Quinton Lopes' final lap. Let's just have a quick look at Murat. What's he going to be able to put onto the board? Murat moves himself up into 7th place. Still 8/10 of the pace. It's a huge gap on a 45-second lap. Where's Jason Gutierrez's penalty? Yeah, so if there's infringement in qualifying, you automatically get a 2-place grid penalty for the pre-final at the end of the race. So even if he wins, he'll still get 2 places added to his overall timing. Quinton Lopes is not having the best of qualifying at all. Too much pressure as it stands. And he moved himself up into 8th place. Not the greatest of qualifying from Quinton Lopes. Now Mohamed Murat. He's going to put one on the board, hopefully a better lap. Did improve, but didn't get a position gain. So just a time gain, but nothing more than that. So that's the end of qualifying, guys. Done and dusted. Only one car didn't go out. That was Caleb Moss. I wonder if he had an issue. That's very, very unfortunate for Caleb Moss. But if the practice timing was anything to go by, it would have been a tough ask to get Caleb Moss all the way up onto the back of the grid with a better time, because he was about a second off the pace from the guy that was last, or second last. So Caleb Moss still not finding his rhythm in the senior karts, but let's see what he's going to be able to do, if he's going to race or if he's going to rather stay out of the race. That's entirely up to Caleb Moss. It's great experience driving with these guys. Some of these guys are the quickest sim racers in South Africa. You see them in other leagues, in iRacing and Assetto Corsa, and you see them right up there with the best in South Africa. So when you drive against these guys, you're definitely going to learn a lot. Let's have a quick look at what the qualifying results are. Joy Dolanchek leading the way, pole position, a 45.398. Then just behind him on the front row, second place, Jason Coetzee, 45.708. Then Lucas Thurman, 45.717. So very close between them. And then interesting maths here by the game itself. There's a 1 millisecond gap, but it's showing 2 milliseconds on the timing. A bit interesting there. But Lucas Thurman in 3rd place, and then John Henry Vaughan right behind him, 45.719. Then Divya Naidu, 45.9. Rudy Schussler, the first of the 46 runners, in 6th place. Then 7th, Mohamed Murat. 8th, Quinton Lopes. Sebastian Diaz. And Quinton Lopes, I would say, is a little bit out of position in 8th and 9th. And then Mahir Wab and Mark Pollard will take the back of the grid. It seems like we lost Caleb Moss there, so only 11 starters. We're going to get into the pre-final. I'm going to press the button. We can get going, guys. No need to waste any further time and wait out the entire timing slot. Right, so we're just going to wait for all the guys to go to grid. How this works is we will now go into the start procedure. So the lights will go out like they would do in the divisional races. Let's see if car just ran disappearing. I hope he's going to come back. I hope these guys remember to set their qualifying or the race setups. Otherwise, they're going to drive on default setup, and you'll quickly see that. But how this works is the guys are going to get to the grid. Lights are going to go out the same as the divisional races. But they're not going to go racing as the lights go out. They'll start a formation lap. So we're doing rolling starts in the Pro League, which is absolutely phenomenal. We're trying to simulate the real thing a lot more than what our divisional races are. And let's see what the boys can do for us tonight. One kart missing on the grid. Who do we have missing? Oh, that's John Henry Vaughan. He's back there. I think everybody's on the grid apart from Caleb Moss, who seems to have disconnected from the server. So John Henry Vaughan again. Double check. Right, John Henry now is on the grid. And we're going to get going with our pre-final race. That's a start sequence. Everybody's going to wait for the lights to go out and they're just going to start warming up their tires. Don't get too excited. It's not lights out and away we go. It's lights out and a rolling start we go. There we go. So the boys are going to get away now. It's 1 lap. It's 11 laps plus 1, so it's showing 12 on the screen. All the guys are now going to get their tires heated up. Troy Dolenchek will, at the right before Talcon corner, start slowing down and get the boys to line up and get their tires nice and heated up, and then start lining up double file for the start of the race, which is managed by our COC. Jason Coetzee and Troy Dolenchek's already racing, getting a maximum heat in their tires, and now Troy Dolenchek is already slowing the boys down, going to start catching up, let them start catching up to him, and they're going to all fall into their line in their grid positions. Oh, Davian Naidu coming in hot there. Everybody seems like they are behaving just well enough. It seems like everybody's in place now. We're going to get into the rolling start. Let's take the names off for now. Naidu is heating up his tires. Now the boys are going to line up. They're going to come around the final corner into the tram lines. It's all about the pace now, keeping it at below 40 kph. And it's lights out and away we go. That's a fantastic start from the boys. Pushing all the way is Lucas Sturman, trying to get up into second place ahead of Jason Coetzee, who's defending off that time. Nope. Late lunge there from Lucas Sturman, going into the fourth corner there. Onto the back straight, pushing Jason Coetzee just a little bit wide. Now down the inside goes John Henry Vaughan, moving himself up into second place. Up 2 places already, John Henry Vaughan, 3 places that is. John Henry Vaughan going up into second now, going to try and catch on to Troy. He's already got a huge gap, a very big breathing space because of the fighting happening behind him. John Henry Vaughan, Lucas Sturman, Davian Naidu, Jason Coetzee. All of these guys are going to try and catch onto the back of Troy Dolenchek, who's already got a big lead. Then I see there, oh, Jason Coetzee going down the inside of Davian Naidu, getting himself up into third place. Now Naidu is in the slipstream. Not third place, that's fourth place rather. Naidu was tucking in behind. Oh, I see somebody's already lost the nose. Let's have a quick look at what's happening at the back here. Quinton Loubser getting a decent start. Then Mahir Wahab, Mark Pollard, Mohamed Murat, and Rudy Schussler without a nose cone. That's unfortunate. We'll follow up what's happening just behind these guys, or in front of the guys at the back rather. Troy Dolenchek, John Henry Vaughan, Lucas Sturman. It seems like everybody's settling in now, trying to get into the stride. Gonna go on board with Jason Coetzee and just follow a lap with him on board. Jason Coetzee is gonna try and send one down the inside. It seems like it's all over the back of Lucas Sturman, pushing him along and sending it down the inside is Jason Coetzee, getting himself up into third place now, past Lucas Sturman. I'd say that was a clean pass. Then Sebastian Diaz with a late dive on Davian Naidu, who's trying to cut back there, but Sebastian Diaz will have the inside line of the triple left-hander now. Naidu's going to get all over the back of Diaz. They're going to try and send it down the inside and gets all kinds of wrong into that last bit of the triple left-hander. That's unfortunate from Naidu now, who now has to stand still and wait till everybody gets past him and get back onto the track. That's all out. It's all about Quinton Loubser now, going to try and get past Sebastian Diaz. Quinton Loubser seems like he had a better entry into that final corner, which would give him a good run into the first, second, and third corner, and then into the right-hander, turn number 4. He's going to try and aim. Nope, he's going to tuck in behind him, see if he can get a slipstream into the hairpin. Nope, no lunge there from Quinton Loubser. He's going to stay behind Sebastian Diaz for the time being. Oh, getting all over that curve is Quinton Loubser. It's not gonna help him through there at all. If we just look at our track map at the moment, we can see that Lucas Sturman and Jason Coetzee, my, what a shock. They are close to each other once again. And will there be all kinds of controversy by these two drivers once again? Hopefully not. Hopefully they stay nice and clean tonight, and there'll be no penalty reviews from these two guys. But we are following Quinton Loubser hunting down. Nope, we're going to go to Lucas Sturman. I said there's time penalties for a couple of drivers already. Quinton Loubser, John-Henry Vaughan, Sebastian Diaz and Rudy Schuessler. So little bit of an unfortunate scenario there for John-Henry Vaughan, who finds himself with a 2-second time penalty. But the battle is on between Sturman and Coetzee. And we want to follow this for just a little bit. Will anything come from this? The battle seems to be between Loubser and Diaz once again. I wonder if we can get a good onboard shot here. Loubser getting in all kinds of dodgy with his kart at the moment. Oh, great momentum from Quinton Loubser into the triple left and running a little bit wider here. Different lines. Oh no, he lost a lot of momentum through there. You can see it with the onboard. He's fighting his kart all the way through. Loubser losing out on that, unfortunate. Got number 22 and 98 still having a battle. Rudy Schuessler's got no nose cone, but he's all over the back of Naidu. So Schuessler's got the pace to keep up with the guys that's got a full, complete set of wheels on their karts. It doesn't look as second-hand as Schuessler at the moment. That Lando Norris kart is looking proper second-hand. Not going to get a good deal on Gumtree or the marketplace at all. We'll just follow along with the battle between Sia and Sturman, not materializing at the moment. Lap 12, or lap 8 of 12. Just a couple more laps to go. I see kart number 20, nope, number 25, and Loubser and Sebastian Diaz is still having a proper go at this. Diaz, Loubser, who's going to be able? It's a student versus the coach again. These two guys keep finding each other on track. OTK versus the CRG from Quinton Loubser. Is going to send it down the inside of Sebastian Diaz. Is going to try and do a cutback. Loubser is trying to defend that. Diaz is going to send it down the inside of the entry into the triple left-hander. Gets himself textbook racing by these two drivers. Diaz kept it nice and open for Loubser to send it down the inside, but doing a classic cutback and getting himself in a good position to get back at Loubser. So now Quinton Loubser needs to go back to the drawing board. Will he be able to pass Sebastian Diaz this lap around? Lap 10 of 12. Amazing driving by these guys on track. Diaz, of course, races OKJ in real life with the Squad Republic team. Defensive driving from Diaz this time around. Now will Quinton Loubser be able to do a cutback? Now Quinton Loubser seems like he's fighting his kart. Not the most stable setup on that kart at the moment. If we just look at what's happening on our track map at the moment, it does seem like John-Henry Vaughan has been falling off the pace, and Jason Coetzee is now all over the back of him, but this still seems to be the fight as it stands. Nope, I'm lying. This is where the battle is at. Jason Coetzee, John-Henry Vaughan. Angry Racing versus the Umpini Motorsports. Look at that defensive driving, but Coetzee is trying to muscle his way through there. John-Henry Vaughan went so defensive, that's not even funny. That's amazing there. Oh no, they touched. Well, the carts managed to survive there, but he muscled his way through there. Now Lucas Sturman's going to try and go down the inside of John-Henry Vaughan. Down the inside he goes. John-Henry Vaughan. Oh no, there's so much contact with poor John-Henry Vaughan. That's the end of his pre-final, really. Muscling his way through there is Jason Coetzee. Sebastian Diaz. Quinton Loubser hard on the brakes, losing the rear again. It does seem like Quinton Loubser is faster at the moment, but it's just not able to put in that lap to get himself through and pass Sebastian Diaz. We'll follow Troy Dolenchek on his final lap in the pre-final. This pre-final just zoomed by so quickly. Huge gap, 3.6 seconds is the gap between Jason Coetzee and Troy Dolenchek. Again, masterclass driving, consistently quick is Troy Dolenchek leading the way. securing himself maximum points in the pre-final with just one corner to go. Toydolenchek, fantastic driving there. Then Jason Coetzee finds himself into second place. Lucas Sturman third. Then John Henry Vaughan with 2-second time penalty, but everybody else behind him's got time penalties as well. Quinton Loubser, Sebastian Diaz in fifth. Then Quinton Loubser in sixth. Mahir Wab, Mark Pollard, Mohamed Murat, and then at the back as it stands up, Divya Naidu, and then Rudi Schuschler with his very second hand, Lando Norris going to finish his lap, his final lap of the pre-final. That's it, guys. Pre-final done and dusted. All the carts now need to behave and get themselves back to pits. And then we'll get into the swing of this final. My, that was so quick. Some epic racing between the guys on track. Some very consistent and consistently quick by Toydolenchek, leading the way, 3.7 seconds. Masterclass driving once again from Toydolenchek. Then Jason Coetzee and Lucas Sturman is the top three for pre-final. All the boys are going to park their carts, go back to pits, get straight back into it for the pre-final. I'm just going to mute for 1 second, guys. I will be right back. Alright, perfect timing from me. I'm back. We are going to go into the final. Starting procedure is going to kick off right now. We're going to wait for the carts to join us. Did Caleb Moss come back during that session? Nope, he didn't, so that's him. There's Jason Coetzee breaking a couple rules tonight. Not using the chat function. Not allowed to use it at all, so that is again, guys, from our side, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your support and supporting these drivers on Online Karting League Africa. It is absolutely amazing. We've got all 7 of the karting tracks in South Africa done. It's out there. That is Kalani, PE, East London. We've got VKC we're racing on now, Idubi, Formula K, and Swartkorps. What is next for OKLA? We are now starting, we have actually started yesterday with the development of the 2 Namibian karting tracks. So now Namibia is going to get into Online Karting League Africa, which means we'll spread out outside of Africa, South Africa rather, and we will finally become Online Karting League Africa. Next, after that, what do we need to do? We need to get hold of Zimbabwe, Mozambique, go get their tracks scanned, and get more tracks into the simulator. Hopefully we can start expanding outside of Africa once we've completed the African tracks, and then get a Online Karting League UK, EU, NA, South America, all of these countries or continents, get everything on the Online Karting League. That would be absolutely amazing. And then run official World Championships. That would be absolutely epic. What happened here? We've got a couple. There needs to be, yeah, there we go. I was about to say we need to restart some Seemed like something happened there and the guys ran into each other, causing nose cones to drop off, etc. So we've got 3 restarts. I'll just type that. And so we have a note. But yeah, like I said, guys, there's a lot more content to come. Every time the cart gets updated, we will continue laser scanning those tracks, or the carts rather. We'll laser scan the tracks, we'll develop them, we'll bring them out, and give you guys more tracks to race on. And, you know, hopefully get more of the African drivers to join. Right now, it's mostly South Africans. We have a couple guys from Mozambique, but they haven't been able to join races recently, so hopefully we get the boys to join back in and get racing with us. Next week we are racing at East London, which the track we literally released this week, so the guys haven't had much time on it. Very short track, 36 seconds or 30 something seconds a lap. That's going to be very interesting. We get going with another. Quentin Lopes seems like he's gotten away very slow for some reasons. I wonder what's happening there. Lopes found himself quite far back on the... There's on Henry Vaughan hitting... Oh. Guys, we are... Not sure what happened there. Maybe a misclick from the COC. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully this time around we will get going. Right, there we go. Everybody on the grid. We're going to try this again. We are now in the final. Not the pre-final, apologies about that. A little bit of a technical issue. When I say technical issue, I mean a human error. We do make those. There you go, now all the guys are on track. Everybody's heating up their tires. Hopefully they behave through the heating sequence. Formation lap, look at everybody. Heat up the tires in the back. But Jason Coetzee and Troy Dolenchek, some reason, having a proper go at this. Maybe they forgot for a moment that this is only a warm-up lap. Or somebody's trying to assert his dominance on track. Trying to tell Troy, listen buddy, I'm going to come for you this time around. Now it's all about a good, clean start in the final. Seems like the entire starting grid got mixed up with the restart of the pre-final. That's unfortunate. Here we go. Right, in the tram lines we go, and that is going to be lights out and away we go. Everybody gets, big shine from behind there by Quentin Lopes into Rudy Schussler. Oh, spinning out, destroyed Dolenchek. On the first corner, he spun out. That means the lead has gone straight to Jason Coetzee. Now it's all about the comeback drive from Troy Dolenchek. Will he be able to come back? Down the inside goes Lucas Simon on John Henry Vaughan. Then Mohamed Murat. Vivian Naidu and then Mahir Wap. What on earth happened there with Troy Dolenchek? Controversy on the first lap. Absolutely chaotic. Down inside of Naidu goes Murat, pushing his own teammate out of the way. Mahir Wap goes down the inside, then opens the door for Sebastian Diaz as well. Oh, Wap gets shunted off by Naidu, unfortunately. Oh no, chaotic start. Very chaotic first lap. Down the inside of John Henry Vaughan goes Mohamed Murat. Sending it hard down the inside, moving himself up into third place. Then Sebastian Diaz. Did John Henry Vaughan go onto a default setup by accident? Because he seems to be losing pace all the way around. Already moving himself up 2 positions is Troy Dolenchek, so he's catching up to the guys very quickly. Number 30, Quinton Lopes spins out. Oh, it's chaotic. What's happening here? Lopes still has nose cone though. Roy Dolenchek has moved himself up 3 positions already, and he's now going on a charge. Dolenchek has everything to play for now. So much lost on the first lap. Will he be able to get himself? Mark Pollard gets out of the way. He knows that's not his fight. No way, no reason for Pollard to fight Dolenchek, who is going to be a mad bull at the moment and going to charge down the line. He's probably just seeing red, getting his kart on the absolute limit. So what's going to be required for Dolenchek to get himself back into first place? Is this going to be a last to finish from last to first from Roy Dolenchek? We have seen this in the past from Dolenchek specifically. So here we go. Dolenchek now already behind John Henry Vaughan. Vaughan, I think Vaughan seems like he's on his default setup because he is so slow at the moment. Oh, then down the inside goes Dolenchek on the exit of the last corner. Yeah, John Henry Vaughan just lifts out of that completely. Vaughan, that is. And then Mark Pollard's not going to have a fight with. Yeah, look at that. John Henry Vaughan moving out of the way. It seems like he's realized he's not on the right setup. But I'm just going to go to the front here for third place at the moment. Mohamed Murat, Sebastian Diaz, teammates in the real life. No love lost on the simulator though. Oh, it seemed like Diaz wanted to send it down the inside there for just a moment. What's going to happen now? Diaz going to line it up, or is he going to tuck in behind Murat and work with him to catch up to second place? But it doesn't seem like anything's on offer. Troy Dolenchek already ahead of Schussler. Dolenchek already in fourth place according to this, so that means somebody's got a big time penalty. Who's got some time penalties? Lucas Sturman's got a time penalty. Down the inside goes Sebastian Diaz on Mohamed Murat. Unfortunately, I missed that there just for a second. So Murat now having to fight Sebastian Diaz. Czech Republic versus OTK chassis today. Very unfortunate for John Henry Vaughan. I think he went onto default setup and just backed out of that. Not ideal for him. But wow, we're not even halfway through the race and Dolenchek has caught up onto the back of the Murat Diaz fight. So fast, so quick on this track is the alien Troy Dolenchek. He didn't check out this time from the start. Seemed like he got taken out, or he made a mistake. We missed it, unfortunately. But there's a huge gap for Dolenchek to catch up onto the back of the Sia and Sturman battle. Dolenchek now behind Murat, now lining him up for a pass. He's going to send it down the inside. No, he's not. In the Talcon corner, not ideal place. If you get it wrong into that corner, you're going to lose a lot of track time. Now onto the start-finish straight we go. Dolenchek, Murat. So much quicker on the exit of the last corner is Dolenchek. He's going to most likely send it into corner number 4. Nope, not yet. He's going to probably line it up then into the hip. And is he going to get a better exit? Into the slipstream he goes. He's going to send it down the inside. Yeah, clean pass. Murat knows that's not his fight. Get out of the way. Dolenchek is a bull at the moment, seeing red. Everything that gets out of his way, it gets in his way, is just move themselves out of the way. Really, they know that this bull is not here to play. Will Diaz do the same, or is Diaz going to fight this? Dolenchek so quick on this track. So quick on any track he drives, really. There he goes, down the inside into turn number 1, 2, and 3. On the outside of corner number 4, he's going to have a better run, I think, on the exit. Diaz is defending this properly. It's all about how Dolenchek's going to get past this. He needs to line up a pass on the inside. The outside's definitely not the quickest way around in these karts. That's 5 seconds the gap between Diaz and Sia at the moment. So there's a huge gap for Dolenchek to catch up. Oh, Dolenchek's got the inside line of the Talcon corner. Defensive driving from Sebastian Diaz. Gonna compromise his exits onto the corners. Last corner we go. Seems a little bit sideways there from Diaz. Dolenchek's going to go down the inside into the hairpin. No, not a hairpin, I mean into the little kink chicane. On the outside of the fourth corner, he's going to run it wide. Yes, is really defending his life is depending on it. Sending it down the inside is Dolenchek on Diaz and defending that cutback completely. But now it leaves the door open for Murat, and Diaz going sideways, taking Schuschler out as well. Carnage at the back. Schuschler managed to recover, opening the door for Quinton Loubser there against Murat. But that moves Troy Dolenchek up into third place. From last to third, but there's a huge gap between Dolenchek and Jason Coetzee. Lucas Sturman seems like he's got a 2-second penalty. 7.3 seconds is the gap. Let's just see, did Dolenchek get a time penalty as well? No time penalty for Dolenchek, so now it's all about bumping in the laps. Will he be able to get a second a lap to catch onto the back of these guys? That seems very unlikely. A second a lap is mega fast, and I don't think that's going to be the case. Let's just have a quick look at the timing sheets when we cross this line. Jason Coetzee leading away 2.6 seconds. Oh, that's because of a time penalty as well on Lucas Sturman. Let's see the gap. 7.3 seconds was the gap between Dolenchek and Coetzee. The gap now 7.1, only 2/10 gain, so not big enough from Dolenchek to potentially get himself back onto the lead. So that is unfortunate. We're just going to have a look here. Loubser versus Murat. No, that's Loubser versus Schuschler. I think Loubser and Schuschler's got a time penalty. That's why Murat shows on the timing sheets ahead of them. 7.1 seconds. We'll just keep an eye on that gap between Coetzee and Troy Dolenchek while we follow the battle between the AAO Esports, or the Gangster Arts racing driver, and the father and son's racing driver from Rudy Schuschler in his Allen kart. And Loubser is driving a CRG. Gap 6.8 seconds, so that's a bigger gap. No, it's only about 3/10 really. So not enough from Dolenchek to get himself into the swing of things and potentially moving himself up into second, first even. So it seems like it's out of... Get down the inside, goes Quinton Loubser on Schuschler. Oh, getting a little bit wrong, sideways there, he's sliding into the corner. Now the inside still remains for Schuschler into the triple left-hander. Oh, he got it all kinds of wrong on the entry there. Moving out of the way. Keep an eye on that timing sheet once again between Sia and Dolenchek. It was 6.8 seconds. Dolenchek 6.7. So again, the paces are on. The front runners are matching the pace just a little bit slower as than Dolenchek, but still matching it by a couple tenths. So yeah, it's all to play for Jason Coetzee and Lucas Sturman. Stay ahead of Troy Dolenchek for lap 14 of 18. So not the greatest of first couple corners from Dolenchek. Did he get taken out by somebody? Did he spin out on his own? We absolutely missed that. Unfortunately missed that. So something to look out for. Leading the way. You can see a lap 15 of 18. 3.5 seconds. So again, only 2/10 gain. Not fast enough by Dolenchek at all. So again, very, very unfortunate from Dolenchek on that first lap. Let's follow the Angry Racing driver. Let's do an onboard. Oh, Mohamed Murat getting out of the way of the leaders. Let's do an onboard of Lucas Sturman on his Angry Racing kart. Nice and clean on the exit of the last corner into the corner number 1, 2, and 3. It's flat out all the way through here. Lift and throw it into the right hand of corner number 4, and then going into 5. The hairpin, gonna slam the brakes, turn in nice and late apex into the triple left hander. We go first one, second one, and then into 90-degree left-hander there, then into the double right. Right? Lucas Sturman at the moment. Into Falcon corner on the exit. We're going to go into the final corner. That is an onboard lap of Lucas Sturman, the angry racing driver. Fantastic drive there. A good lap there from Lucas Sturman. Troy Dolenchek, what is the gap now? 6.1 seconds. So another couple tenths. Again, not enough. 2 more laps to go. Jason Coetzee leading the way, but it seems like there's still that battle between Schuschler and Quentin Loubser. There, Quentin Loubser's got 2 time penalties, I believe. Loubser, yeah. 4 seconds worth of time penalties for Loubser. So not ideal on his side at all. He's still all over the back of Loubser. Quentin Loubser did send it down the inside and actually around the outside. Schuschler had a little bit of a moment into the first. Oh, going sideways again into Telken corner. The gap 5.8 seconds now. Final lap we go. Let's go with Jason Coetzee. He's going to take us home on the final lap of the Pro League for VKC. That's round 5. Technically only race number 4 because round 4 was postponed due to lack of entries due to most of the kids doing exams and then a sponsored drop round by Eskom. So that round will be caught up on a later stage. Jason Coetzee, we didn't see what happened in the first corner, but Jason Coetzee, apart from that, got himself into the lead, leading the way, winning the race, the final of the Pro League VKC. Second place, Lucas Sturman, then Troy Dolenchek, Sebastian Diaz, then Rudy Schuschler will be in 5th, then Quentin Loubser because of time penalties, then Mahir Wab, then Divian Naidu, and then we'll have Mark Pollard still finishing his lap. Then Mohamed Murat a lap down, so Mohamed Murat was lapped and finished behind the leaders. Mark Pollard is now finishing his lap. And I think Mark Pollard was lapped. Does have a nose cone penalty, that's for sure. But there we go, guys. That is the end of the final. Jason Coetzee, Lucas Sturman, Troy Dolenchek. Hopefully the guys will maintain their composure in the interviews. Stay tuned for this. It's not something we want to miss at all. We had a game crash there like we've seen in the past. Let me just open up quickly. Just join back onto the server. It's an unnecessary bug in Kart Racing Pro, which needs to be resolved, but I will quickly just get us back onto the server and we will just do the post-race interviews. Jason Coetzee, Lucas Sturman, Troy Dolenchek. Unfortunately, his long streak of first places has been taken away from him somehow. Doesn't want to join in on the server. We'll try that again. But we will hear from the boys in just a moment. Let's get a nice little track view of VKC. Let's park it. Where will we park it? We'll do it on the start-finish grid. Like that. Beautiful view. And we've got Troy Dolenchek waiting on Troy Dolenchek to join in. All right. Okay. Troy Dolenchek, are you with us?
Yes, how's it?
How's it, man? Oh, man, what an unfortunate final. You know, you had a fantastic pre-final, led the race start to finish, nobody got in your way, and then something happened. We unfortunately missed it on stream. Can you talk us through your race? What happened with you? You made a fantastic comeback, but unfortunately not enough to get yourself onto the top step again.
Yeah, it was obviously quite an eventful race for myself, and yeah, obviously really enjoyed it because it was cool fighting field. But yeah, on the start, I think everybody, what we discussed in driver's briefing was to go after the green that disappeared, the message, and I think everybody went on the green. So everybody sort of jumped the start, and then I got squeezed onto the grass. And then, yeah, from there it was obviously just backwards I went, and then obviously trying to just crawl my way through the field, which I really enjoyed and had some really good dicing. So yeah, I was happy about that.
Yeah, well, fantastic driving from your side. You had good, clean passes, not something we get to see from you often because you're always in the front. So, yeah, again, great driving from you. Fantastic recovery drive. I think a third place is still really good overall, considering that you were very far down at the back of the grid with a huge gap after turn number 1. So, yeah, from my side, congrats. And we will see you next week for East London.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
All right, Lucas Sturman joining us in the commentary box. Lucas, second place for you in the final. It seemed like a little bit of an eventful start, both races for you, but it seemed like right after, the fourth corner, you got into your stride and you never looked back. Talk us through your race.
Yeah, no, thanks, Shan. Yeah, today it was really close between, the top 4. I think in quali, myself, John Henry and Jason were split by 10,000ths of a second. So, race 1, got a right start. And then obviously myself and John Henry came into a bit of a tangle towards the end. There was a gap, and we both said sorry to one another. It wasn't, so. And now for the final, I think we were 3 abreast, going to turn 1, and I think I kind of clipped Dolly, and I didn't mean to. And then I got a 2-second penalty for cutting the course, and I think you guys up the strictness in terms of cutting the track. So I had to be quite cautious with that. And I was trying to catch Jason. I made a mistake the one turn halfway, and I just knew I just had to make sure I just bank second. But yeah, I'm sorry again from Dolly's side. Dolly's helped me a lot with the game. And yeah, and I don't know what happened to John Henry as well. But yeah, thank you again for
I think John Henry raced on default setup. If I had to put my money on anything, I think he was on default because he fell back so fast, and I think he was like, "Nah, I'm not on pace. Default setup doesn't."
I did remind him actually before the race, not just to make sure he changes to his normal setup.
Yeah, well,
exactly.
But with regards to the penalties, yes, we've changed the strictness quite a lot, but the time you get is a lot smaller. It's only 2 seconds. It used to be 5 or 10 seconds. So we've made the time penalties a lot smaller, which will probably even change even further as we experiment with the timing penalties. But yeah, from my side, well done, Luca. You had a great drive tonight. Again, you and Jason seemed like you were like magnets towards each other, but somehow you kind of kept it clean. So hopefully not too many reviews from the two of you. And we'll see you for East London next week.
I just want to say well done to the rest of the guys, to Jason as well for winning. He was really honored tonight, and to the rest of the competitors. Hopefully we can get more numbers for the next Pro League. Yeah, thanks.
Fantastic.
And to Angry as well, and to Angry Racing for allowing me to drive for them. Cool.
Fantastic,
thanks.
Dude. We'll chat again. Cheers.
All right.
All right. Top step. Jason Coetzee. If I'm 100% honest, a little bit of an unexpected or result because of Troy Dolanchek, but you kept it clean in the pre-final, kind of. You kept it clean in the final, and you took top honors. It didn't look like looking back when you got into the lead. Talk us through your race. It seems like keeping it clean is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, look, I mean, in the first race, there was a bit of a bodgy in the second corner, but
yeah,
I mean, we move on. Then obviously it's just unfortunate it was Troy. Not sure what really happened there, but yeah, I mean it's just a pity because I was really looking forward to having a good solid dice with Troy. And Luca, I wouldn't really count him out, but yeah, it was super fun. I mean, I was just trying to bank my points since there was a few that was lost due to previous races. So yeah, basically just a banker. And yeah, I really hope a few more people can join us. Yeah, obviously the more the better it is for the show.
Well, one thing I can tell you, in the last couple of weeks, we've had a lot of entries, so we are working on getting all the guys set up for the next race, which is East London. So the juniors division will probably be even bigger than the seniors. There's a whole bunch of them joining us for next race. The seniors is a bunch of new guys joining. So we should see the numbers continue increasing. So the racing will get better, and we have more drivers on grid. So yeah, guys, if you want to get involved, please do. AAOesports.com. That's your place. Reach out to us, Facebook, anywhere. Jason Kutsia had a fantastic race tonight. That final, once he got into the lead, it seemed like Troy said something about it seemed like some of the guys might have jump started a little bit, and you guys were all next to each other in the first corner. That's okay. It's something we will review. It will be checked out, and but again, congratulations, Jason Kutsia, on winning the pre-final. We'll say unofficially because obviously penalties do come into play, and then the grids can change at the end result. But congrats, dude! It was a very good drive from you.
Thank you, Sean.
Right, guys, that is it from my side. I am Sean Loubser. I hopefully entertained you guys throughout the night. I hope the racing entertained you. We didn't have the biggest of Pro League grids. It's supposed to be 20. 12 carts on grid was still good enough. 11, I think it was 11 in total. Caleb Moss didn't make it, but it was fantastic driving overall. There was some argy-bargy from the guys, side pod shuffles, some Tokyo drifting, but overall the racing was good. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you next week at East London at its first official debut race on East London. We are so excited to showcase that track. It's a very nice, it's a small track, it's a narrow track. A part of it runs onto the main circuit. It's going to be mega fun. We hope you guys will enjoy it next week with us. We'll see you at 6 o'clock next week, Tuesday, for the juniors division, 8 o'clock for the seniors, and most likely the masters will join the seniors because of the numbers. So 8 o'clock for the masters and seniors. If not, if there's enough seniors, masters drivers, they'll be racing at 9 o'clock. But stay tuned, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you for racing next weekend. Bye-bye.